How's everyone's weekend going? Mine, well, I decided to do some videos, have a good time. But you know who isn't having a good time? That's right, our good pal Jeremy. We're back with another video talking about him as well as more lies, but this time about his coffee company, which doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. I never really thought much about his coffee brand, which is Coffee Brand Coffee. Every single YouTuber has merch these days. They want to sell it. It becomes like a second income to them. So they can make videos, have something come through from like selling t-shirts, merch, and all that sort of stuff. Some people do actually leave YouTube to focus on their business because that does really, really well. And they really love doing it. Jeremy went with coffee, which I think is fine because people drink coffee. And Jeremy thought, well, I want this to be in stores. I want this to be in cupboards, everything. So it's a win-win for Jeremy. While going through all of this drama and everything that's being brought up about him, I saw a tweet by Meme Copium, and he talked about Luther Morgan's video being struck. Luther basically exposes Jeremy for the fraud that he is, and Jeremy got his video taken down because of course he doesn't like all the attention that's on him right now. Yet if this was Mr. Beast or anyone else like Pokimane, then I guarantee Jeremy would be making loads and loads of videos just talking about it and saying yikes, not the best thing. So I'm going to be going over some of Luther's video. Please go check it out, see the full thing without me talking about it. Everything's going to be in the description and the top pinned comments.
Where is the coffee factory? Because Jeremy has made so many claims about Coffee Brand Coffee, how it's a family business. He handles everything in-house, everything from the roasting to the packaging, that he has a roast master. He's referred to it as a family business, etc. So where is this coffee factory? Because we should be able to find it.
I think that if you're going to make claims that you are a family-run business and that you have people working for you, then you should have everything to back it up. If you're just drop shipping, then don't say that you're a family business. Be truthful about it. That's what people want. You are just the face of the company, and that's it when you're just drop shipping. But having your wife in the photo, I know that you want people to see this and think that you're a loving business, that it's a whole family just kind of love and they want to bring coffee to the American people or worldwide. But now does this mean that she is a public figure or a figure of the company who we can pretty much talk about now, mainly due to the fact that she is running the company with you. But yeah, so much for keeping her out of the spotlight. But in this video, I don't really want to take too much from it because I want you to go and look at Luther's video. But Luther explained that Jeremy may have switched locations as he's registered with Mill Creek Coffee Roasters. That's where his old building was. So I'm kind of curious to know where they are now. Where are they getting their coffee? Where is it being roasted? Is it somewhere that is cheaper for them to run? Or is it just made somewhere else in another country and then it's just kind of shipped everywhere? Where is this location? I'm kind of really curious. I think the main thing in this is that if you're lying and it's not done in American, can you say that this is American coffee? Which I would imagine that Jeremy is all for American products, because if he's hiring American people, then obviously he's putting money into their pockets.
But I wanted to give Jeremy the benefit of the doubt because maybe he's switched from Mill Creek Coffee Roasters to a different firm, or he has an actual coffee factory. So if you go to, Utah and you go to the government website and you look around, it's the Utah Department of Agriculture and Food. So they're the ones that issue licenses for food processing, food manufacturing. So what I did was I reached out to the Deputy Commissioner of the Utah Department of Agriculture and Food, and I emailed them. And I said, hey, I'm requesting assistance to try and locate documentation for a food business called Coffee Brand Coffee. And of course, the Deputy Commissioner here, Amber Brown, was gracious enough to respond to my request for public information. And she said, this manufacturer does not appear to be registered with the department under our food manufacturing program. So there is no Coffee Brand Coffee factory in Utah.
It's really weird.
Weird.
That you wouldn't have a factory in Utah, as you would want to actually have a proper location so you can check it out, that you can see everything rather than traveling miles upon miles wherever it may be. So getting exposed like this is really, really embarrassing.
Now, if we go back to the LLC, it says, well, of course it's not in Utah. The physical address says it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Well, if you actually pull up that address into Google here, It's actually a virtual mailbox. So it is not a coffee factory. It's not an industrial park. It's not even a coffee shop. It is a virtual mailbox out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So another dead end, guys.
That is embarrassing, to be honest. It's so baffling not to have an actual address, but to have a fake one that has nothing there. It's just literally a, what is that place anyway? Now, I'm guessing that this might be a normal thing because someone is going to be commenting in the comments that most businesses do this. But I do find it really strange that if someone wanted to serve papers to Jeremy or wanted information, that there isn't a place to actually go and speak to. I kind of really see this as really shady practice. The more I find out about Jeremy, the more shady things that he's into, it's all coming to light, and it's just embarrassing for him.
So if Coffee Brand Coffee is a real business, and if it's a real coffee factory in Wisconsin, it's going to be on this list. So let's get the PDF, shall we? So here we have it, guys. This is the food processing plant licensing holders. Now, these are all business addresses with business names and stuff. So there's no personal information on here. This is all public information, guys. So it's 95 pages. And this is everything from giant factories all the way down to your local butcher shop. So let's just do a little Control F search here, and let's type in coffee. So with Control F coffee, there's 83 results. Now, so for example, the first search that comes up here, it's Torque Coffee Company Incorporated at 3455 Payne Avenue, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So if we look that up, as you can see, guys, it's like a coffee factory in like an industrial park. So let's go to the next one just for demonstrative purposes here. So this is Door County Coffee and Tea Company. It's at 5773 State Highway 42, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. So let's pull that one up. Oh, it's like a roadside thing. It's like clearly a commercial thing, but smaller. So let's try another one just for the sake of, oh, and we also have P.O. boxes in here too. So let's, that's not a real address. So let's go to this one. It's Estes Vu Pretz Coffee Company LLC, and it's at 1250 East Washington Avenue, Madison, Wisconsin. So if we pull that one up, look at this. It's a very small coffee shop. So the reason why I say this is there's everything from giant industrial firms to kind of bigger sized commercial firms, all the way down to your local coffee shop. So, you know, Jeremy can't say, oh, well, I run a small operation, it wouldn't be on there. No, it's all sizes of coffee shop, all right? So if we go through this whole list, it's 83 firms. If we do Control F and go coffee brand, 0 results. So there's 0 results for coffee brand. Now you say, okay, well, let's try the address. So if we go back to the Utah LLC, well, according to Coffee Brand Coffee LLC government paperwork, the physical address of the coffee factory is 1433 North Water Street, Suite 400, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So let's go ahead and plug that address. Let's go ahead and plug that address into our search here. Oh, would you look at that? There's no food processing plant license holders at that address. So, and if you search every other address, there is no coffee factory. So there's no coffee factory in Utah. We've confirmed that with the deputy commissioner over in Utah. And then there, per Wisconsin Department of Trade, per the state of Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, according to the food processing plant license holders list, which is very extensive and 95 pages long, Coffee Brand Coffee doesn't exist in Wisconsin. So just for a further nail in the coffin here, I emailed Coffee Brand Coffee, and I was a little bit sneaky, and I said, I'm thinking about buying some coffee. Where in the United States is it shipped from? And of course, somebody responded, and they said, our coffees are shipped from Phoenix, Arizona. And it's funny because the automated thing says it's from Angel, but then I later got a survey for how would you rate the help Maggie gave you. So this is the infamous Maggie. This is the employee that Jeremy fired so that he could, buy a RC car track. And he unceremoniously fired this woman right before Christmas. And I requested 2 updates. I said, hello, is it roasted in Arizona as well? And then I emailed again, hello, can you tell me where the coffee is roasted? and then I received no response. So if there was any doubt that there's some coffee brand coffee factory out there somewhere, there's absolutely no coffee brand coffee factory in either Utah or Wisconsin.
It's weird, like actual weird when you think about it. Not having your business near you or anything like that. I'm guessing that you want to focus more on making videos, then you would have time to run your own business. But to actually get people to believe that you're a family business when you're not is absolutely crazy. Most people would want to be near the office or the factory that they run to see the whole process. Go down, check it all out, see what it's all about. But Jeremy isn't even close to it. Hell, we don't know where that place, that roastery is. Where is it, Jeremy? We need to know. This makes you and your company look like a joke. All you're doing is just buying coffee from somewhere else, getting them to do all the work, and then you're just slapping your logo on it, and that's it. You're collecting the profits. You're hoping that people don't look into this either, and you're hoping that people are just going to drink, and that's pretty much it. But if you aren't putting where the coffee is, then how do we know if it's a good supply or not? Is it a decent coffee, or is it just shit? Which one is it? But also, if this is not properly regulated, then how can we really trust you? How can we see if you're doing really good, or if, again, you're just producing a shit subpar product and hoping that no one is going to really challenge it? This is what gets me about people like Jeremy. He thinks people aren't going to look into him because he comes off as an idiot. Let's say someone comes along who is even bigger than Luther, that comes along and exposes Jeremy. I know Jeremy would be like, well, I didn't know about this, yikes! And he would try to palm it off on someone else. Well, it wasn't me, it was the supplier who gave me the coffee. Ooh, yikes! I generally thought that Jeremy would have been exposed a lot sooner. But to get Luther's video taken down because he was exposed doesn't make Jeremy look great. But to get the video taken down as he knew this would expose him for who he is, and Jeremy obviously doesn't like it because Jeremy is a scammer. Jeremy could challenge all of this. He has all the documents. It's his business at the end of the day. So he could generally come out and be like, here's the license, here's everything that you need to see, this is where it all is, this is the address, here's the roasters, and actually prove that it is, not just him saying it, so that we all would believe him. Go to the location, be in the building, look like you're actually working, not just kind of Photoshop yourself into a building, doing a thumbs up. The thing is, we would need concrete evidence that this is all happening. But again, Jeremy will just lie about it to try and get himself out of it. Who else would take down a video for bullying and harassment? Like, I don't think another coffee company is going to be like, we need to protect our coffee friends. So again, this has to be Jeremy taking down the video because he doesn't like this exposure. Randman brings up a really good point in this tweet. It feels like Jeremy wants this presence online, that he says people are attacking his channel. He wants people to rally around him and support him, going after every single person that's attacking him completely and be like, stop it, like, yeah, we have to support Jeremy. It's just so sad that the grift for him has been attack people for such a long time. And now that people are seeing what he's really like, he's going after people to silence them. But yet it's okay for him to do this and talk shit about other people. You have so many things in here that the tweet makes sense, and people are finally seeing Jeremy for who he is. Any credit that Jeremy has is completely gone. The Quartering's name is destroyed, even though it was destroyed a long time ago. When Luther says that he thinks Jeremy doesn't dropship the coffee, then I actually think Jeremy does do this. He's lazy, so why would he want to go out and do all the sourcing himself? Why go through that process? Get someone else to do it so he can collect that profit, as I said. I don't think he would want to put a lot of work in because we've seen what his streams or his videos are like. He can't even do those properly at times. I guarantee that if you went on TikTok right now and looked for people that would dropship coffee or do whatever, then you could absolutely find it. Jeremy is a lazy guy. Jeremy really is. Nothing that Jeremy does surprises me anymore. What I find funny is that he's been hiding this grift for such a long time. And now all of this is really coming up on him. Everything that he's done, all the karma is coming back to him tenfold, and he can't change any of it. Again, I wouldn't also be surprised if his company stops tomorrow. And when he complains about it, just be like, well, you didn't put any work in whatsoever. So yeah, of course it's going to go down. It seems like Jeremy has no shame, and of course he does. He's trying to silence anyone who is talking about him. But yeah, I really wanted to make a video and talk about this because I think this is really unfair. The fact is that Luther put in a lot of work to expose Jeremy, and then Jeremy comes along and goes, not gonna do that. How dare you expose me and find out all my secrets right now. But yeah, check out Luther's video again in the description and top pinned comment. I think that everybody should see this video and make up their own mind on it. Right now, my mind is that Jeremy is a lazy bastard and can't really be asked to do any sort of work. I am going to be talking about Jeremy for quite some time because I've just had enough of him, and I generally think that he needs to be called out until he changes his ways, and those ways stick for a long time, not just for 5 minutes like his drinking. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. And while you're down there, why not hit the like button and subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 1K by the end of the year. And with that, I'll end it here.